Мгм. И обязательно хочу рассказать про конфиденциальность. Любая информация, которую вы даете, будет использована только в исследовательских целях моего диплома. Во время интервью не будут запрашиваться никакие персональные данные, такие как ваше имя, заболевания, травмы, любая информация, которая может быть вашей идентификации. Если такая информация будет упомянута вами, то она анонимизирована или удалена. Также важно в этом исследовании добровольном, вы можете отказаться в любой момент. В случае я приму и буду уважать ваше решение, и все интервью, материалы, которые вы мне дали, будут уничтожены. Если вы согласны с этим, могли бы вы дать моё устное, согласие, и тогда мы приступим к интервью.
Да, даю согласие.
Да? Хорошо, спасибо большое. Тогда я начинаю нашу запись. So I can share my screen so that you can see the questions if you want to. And this is where we can start.
Мгм.
First, I would like to get some demographic information. Could you tell me a little about yourself? So your age, place of birth, and
Мгм. So, I was born in 1992, so I am 52 years old. I was born in Chuvash Republic. It's Novocheboksarsk city. It's nearby of Chare. Cheboksar is the capital of Chuvash Republic. It's located in 700 kilometers away to east from Moscow. So it's Povолжье region. So it's nearby Volga River. And my nationality is Chuvash. Chuvash belongs to Turkish group. So
Mhm,
it's not the same like Turkish language, but the common things like rules is similar to Turkey. So it helps me to study Turkish language. So
mhm,
in short words, I'm 32 years old, from Chuvash Republic, and my nationality is Chuvash.
mhm. Can I ask from here, what languages do you speak?
I'm speaking Russian, it's my native language. Also, I'm speaking Chuvash language. Unfortunately, I'm not fluent on it, but
Mhm,
I think it's approximately C1 level. I think it's
mhm,
similar to my English level, and my English level approximately also C1. And also, I'm studying Turkish.
mhm. What's your level of Turkish?
I think it's just initial proficiency, like B2,
Mhm,
because I have started it only 1 year ago. It's not
mhm,
it's not enough to regular speech, but for explaining in touristic places or in shops, it's pretty enough. So it's already allow me to understand and speaking on basic level, like could you help me, or how much is it
mhm.
fish, so on and so forth.
Mhm. Great. How long have you been living in Turkey? When did you move
I'm
there?
living in Turkey since war has started. It was spring of
Mhm.
2022. It means in the 2 years and a half.
Mhm, mhm. So what would be your biggest motivation to move? So it's the conscription, the war?
It of course war was influenced on this decision, and so it was the first because
Mhm,
everything was changed around of me after war has started, because I was really frustrated by people.
mhm,
And also I really liked my job and I would to proceed it, and I didn't see any opportunities to grow my skills in Russia, to educate, and I didn't see any opportunity of doing business there. So it was a decision, and so it was a strong decision.
mhm,
I wasn't sure what my current company will offer relocation to
mhm,
me. But I expected to I will move from Russia in as soon as possible. And fortunately,
mm,
my company offered me relocation, and I applied this offer. And in 1 month, I already moved to Turkey.
mhm, mhm. So are you still working at the same company?
Yes, I'm still working at the same company, and
Mhm.
I was moved to this company since 2022, and I was working in Moscow. 1.5
Mhm.
year I was working in Moscow, and after that I relocated to Istanbul.
Mhm. Did they offer you relocation only to Turkey, or were there any other options?
So my company offered me any office what exists at the company, because I'm working in an international company, and for example we have
Mhm.
offices in Dubai, German, US, Croatia, Poland, Latvia,
Mhm.
and but I decided uh, to offer my company to establish new branch in Turkey, and we and my
Mm.
colleague moved to Turkey. We established the branch here, Turkish branch of German
Mhm.
company, and still working here.
Mhm. What motivated you to choose Turkey? Like, why did you offer to to open a new branch in Turkey?
Because Turkey is really Turkey has really good opportunity in business growing automotive industry. Because I'm working automotive industry, I know many companies in Turkey, and I know what we can. And also, if you see GDP and budget of economic budget of Turkey, in
Mhm.
statistic you can recognize what automotive sector is the must. So it will be in the top of list of must benefit company who
Mm.
supplies money to Turkish economic, and it was a
Mhm.
decision why we will go to Turkey, because we saw really good opportunities to growing our
Mhm.
business there, and it's also closer to Russia. So for me,
Mm.
it's
Mhm.
more advantages to working, especially in Turkey.
Mhm. May I ask what's your exact specialization called?
It's complicated to explain it, but
Mm.
officially my position is application engineer. But I am really flexible because I'm responsible here to business development, and I'm responsible for technical part of Turkish company. So I'm responsible for company operation in Turkey and the Middle East region.
Mm. Mhm. Did you move alone or with your family?
Yes, I was move alone.
Mm. Mhm. So you moved to straight to Istanbul, and since then you're still living in Istanbul, or have you
Yes.
lived in any other cities?
No, we choose.
Mm.
When we decided to choose to Turkey, we started
Mhm.
to discuss about in what city we will be work.
Mhm.
After market research, we decided to move in Turkey. So after we moved, I found apartment and office here, and since June 2022, I'm moving in Malta in Istanbul, in the
You're
same flat, in the same office, so nothing changed.
you're living in Malta.
Yeah.
Very nice. And what's your education level? Is your education, have you studied to be an engineer?
Yes, I studied to be an engineer, so I have my
Mm-hmm.
master degree.
Mm-hmm. In engineering, right?
Yes.
Amazing. Um, when you first moved, since you moved alone, could you tell me how was this moving? How did you feel? And who were in your social circle, for example? How did you first start establishing like social networks?
Mhm. So social network after moving was really brilliant.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because I was rent a flat in city, so I know how it goes when we read some. So so my apartment is based on hotel, so it has
Mm,
three big buildings, and there is many flats for renting here. Yeah, so we have some swimming pools, gym, sauna, so on and so forth. And in first year
mhm,
was many relocant who come from Ukraine or from Russia here. So and
mhm,
first year was absolutely brilliant here because we sit nearby our swimming pool until 4 a.m. We drink beers, telling some stories, and
mhm.
really enjoyed this time. So it was really cool and really liked it.
And this was the first year. What about the second year?
Uh,
Or still how's it going now?
Yeah, second year became more tricky, and it's still also more tricky because when I so Turkey 2 years ago and Turkey now it's absolutely different country. When I just came here, everything was cheap. It also, of course, based on Russian ruble currency because it became more strong in summer of 2022, and I was able to allow me many things for absolutely for nothing. Yeah, so ruble increased twice, and everywhere was cheap for me. Even for example, beer or coffee. So it was absolutely nothing. I didn't feel any money spent here. But now prices up increased absolutely, and the most annoying thing, what annoying me, it's what price also increasing in euro. For example, when I just came here, coffee. So in Starbucks, coffee price was cost me €1, but now it's almost €3. So and it's almost for all things.
Um, except prices, how else has your life changed this past year?
So do you mean in independence of Russia, or do you mean
No,
year by year?
no, like your maybe personal life, your friends, your social circle, the
Mm.
people who you talk with. Has it changed, for example?
Yeah, my social circle decreased, absolutely decreased, because, for example, if we just started to live here, it was 50 Russian speakers on neighborhood. It was really funny. But when prices became growing, and also after earthquake, almost all Russian speakers left our buildings, and only three people, so three family lives here from 50.
Almost three families.
Yeah, so 47
Oh.
families just left Turkey. So now
And how?
but
Mhm.
so for me anyway, it's anyway I'm enjoying because I of course
Mhm.
I'm social person, but
Mhm.
really good advantages of Istanbul, what you can easily fly to another countries. So I'm resting in
Mhm.
another countries once per month. And
Mhm.
also I really like weather here because weather absolutely awesome, especially since
Mhm.
September until May. I'm really enjoying it, and
Mhm.
still like to live in Turkey. I
Mhm.
also
Mhm.
was adopt to Turkish food because in 6 months I get some doubts about it because it looks for me too junk because we're eating too much oil
Mhm.
and bread. It was strange
Yes.
for me, but now I just change my restaurant. I'm cooking only myself,
Mhm.
and now I don't feel any problem uh, with food.
Mhm. Do you cook Russian food now?
I I think it's more Slavic food. But usually
Mm.
I use
Mm. And you travel once per month, right?
yeah.
Where do you usually travel? Do you ever go back to Russia, or have you been to Russia after moving to Turkey?
Yes, I was in Russia. I'm visiting time to time, and also I'm usually
Mhm.
visiting countries what doesn't require Schengen visa because
Mm.
I was trying to get Schengen visa from Istanbul and it was unsuccessful. Why? But I had Schengen visa many times. Also,
Mhm.
I had few UK visa as well and China visa. But anyway, I don't know why they fault my application.
Mhm.
So
What's your
about country, so I really like Georgia. I really like
mhm.
Georgia. Last year I was 7 times there because I really like
Oh.
Georgian food, Georgian wine. It's absolutely awesome. It's amazing. So I really like it, and
Mhm.
I think next month I also will visit it after Russia.
Mhm.
So in Russia I also visiting time to time. this year I was 4 times in Russia. Also, I visited North Cyprus, Armenia, Serbia,
Mhm.
Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro,
Mhm.
and what else? Also, I have
Is it
plans to visit Moldova, Egypt, Emirates, and
Yeah.
Morocco. Yeah, it my
Mhm.
plan to this autumn and winter.
So these 2 years, you visited all these countries, right?
No,
In these 2 years? No,
no. So I
just in
mean,
your life.
okay. During these 2 years, I was visited Bosnia and Herzegovina 3 times,
Mhm.
Montenegro twice, Serbia once,
Mhm.
Georgia 7 times, and
Wow, that's
Armenia one.
awesome. Mhm. What's your main, purpose of visiting these countries? Is it just traveling or
It's traveling and resting.
Mhm.
Because I would like to eat more food, what is closer to me, food what I
Mm,
was eating um, during my grown. For example, I like pork, but in
mhm.
Turkey it's absolutely complicated task to find pork. So also
Yes.
about alcohol because beer price is really huge. So for example, I'm going
Mhm.
to I able to find where I want like I mean, in the part of food, drink, resting, it also has a
Mhm.
tea and good place and absolutely amazing people. So
Mhm. I see.
it's not
And
worse. We can say what I'm racing from Turkey in out of Turkey.
I see. And to Russia, do you go there to mostly visit your family maybe?
Yes, family and traveling in Russia and resting. I really like motorbikes. I have 3 motorbikes and I really like to ride it. So during
Mhm.
summer, I'm trying to visit it more long and more often for enjoy by riding.
Mhm. So that's the main reasons, right?
Yeah.
And can you tell me about your current social network? Who do you communicate with mostly right now? And maybe these are your colleagues, maybe other three families that are left. Yeah.
So in Turkey, I communicating work. I have colleagues
Mhm.
with who I'm communicating each day, exclude
May I ask?
weekends.
Um, Sorry to interrupt you. May I ask if your colleagues are foreigners or are they Turkish?
Yes, we are foreigners. So at office, I have Turkish people, but I am communicating with my colleagues from worldwide with different nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in Istanbul, I communicating with my friend who I knowing since 2022. He also from Russia, and on weekends
Mm-hmm.
we usually visiting some places here, and in the evening we usually visiting Kadıköy on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. And do you, for example, you saw my message on Facebook, right?
Mhm.
Uh, what other groups do you follow? Maybe for other migrants or just foreigners? And are you an active member of these groups?
No, I'm not active member. It was
Mhm.
absolutely suddenly for me
Mhm.
because I really seldom visiting Facebook. To this group,
Mm,
I was joined in 2022 when I just came to Istanbul
mhm,
and I started to looking for flat. So I subscribed to this group, and from
mhm,
this group, I found my agent, a real estate agent,
mhm.
who helped me to find this apartment. And after it,
Oh,
I had no activity in this group.
oh, I see. What about maybe Telegram channels, Instagram groups, WhatsApp groups, or anything like that? Are you a member of groups like this?
Yeah, in groups what belongs to Turkish groups, I also have 2 subscriptions like Mafia in Istanbul. Do you know Mafia
Ah,
game? Yeah, it's
yes,
also,
yes, of course.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I subscribe it, but I'm not visiting it. And
Uh-huh.
second, it's Maltepe chat. Malta. multi-chance,
Mm.
multiple chat for
Mm.
Russian speakers. But I am also
Ah.
not active player in this both groups.
And the Mafia game chat, is it also for Russian speakers?
Yes, it's for Russian speakers, but usually as I know, I never participated in this mafia group. I had a plan, but
Mm.
I didn't have the time.
Mhm.
Uh, Usually it's young people, and young people who came to Turkey usually speaks English. And I think it's no
Mhm.
problem to join them if you even don't know English enough.
I see. So you mostly communicate with your friend and with your colleagues. What about, like, for example, especially in the beginning, the everyday questions like documents, things to buy, maybe doctors, to to find these services. Where do you go? How did you find it, and how are you still finding them?
I have insurance, so I
Uh
have
huh.
mandatory insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I bought some special insurance for foreigners
Mm-hmm.
from Allianz, and it covers
Mm-hmm.
uh, my doctor's visit. So I found one
Mm-hmm.
clinic here. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like local clinic, but anyway, it has network. And once I was there, so I neurologist who spoke Russian. Was from
Ah.
Azerbaijan and she knows Russian.
Mhm.
Second and third time, doctors what I visited, they speaking English, and
Mhm.
third fourth time when I came to doctor, I already knew Turkish enough for explain what happened and understand what
Mhm.
he answered me.
I see. Um, what about, for example, any housing advice or any recommendations? Have you ever sought for recommendations from other people?
Uh,
Do you often?
do you mean for doctors?
No, no, no. Just in general for life recommendations. Where can I go? What should I buy? Where can I find these or
Yes,
that?
yes, of course,
Questions like this.
yes, of
hmm
course.
Where do you look for these answers, for example?
I didn't so
Oh,
it just also was suddenly because I'm
oh.
communicating with people every day, and sometimes I knew
Mhm.
some information. So if I need something,
Ah.
I don't need some any specific thing. So I already living here for 2 years. For example, if I want to be alone in a silent place, I will visit islands, Adalar.
Mhm.
If I want some funny, some teenager mood, I will go to Kadıköy. And if I want to
Yes.
eat, I will go to Uzbek cafe or to Waffles in Kadıköy or to
Mm,
the Istiklal Street. So I don't need
mhm.
any new any new place because I know too much things. Also, I had a car here and I was drove almost through all east part of Turkey.
Mhm.
West, sorry.
So you
West.
visited other cities, right? You
Yeah.
visited other cities? Mhm. Um, so it feels like you have adjusted to living in Turkey, right? Like you have your own places.
Yeah.
Um, Do you feel comfortable living right now in Turkey?
It's absolutely comfortable living for me because I also living in good flat. I really enjoy
Mhm.
by my flat. It's okay, so we can skip my problem with IDAT payment and each monthly increasing payment. But in common, yes, it's absolutely comfortable conditions for living, and I never had before such type conditions because my
Mm.
office is nearby. I have swimming pools, sauna, and I able to visit them every day. I never had such
Mhm.
type really brilliant condition for living.
Mhm. Mhm. What about your feelings? For example, Turkish mentality and maybe Slavic mentality could be a bit different. Do you feel like you belong to Turkey or to Turkish society, for example? Do you
Absolutely,
have this
I'm not.
sense of belonging? You don't, right?
Absolutely, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
It's really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really. different mentality.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
Slavic, especially Russian, it's I don't know, maybe it's do it together, because in Russia you need to do more things, you need more activities for survive in such type cold condition.
Mm.
But Turkish
Mhm.
people, it's absolutely they absolutely relaxed, slow, less responsibility, absolutely no time management. For example,
Mhm.
in my building, if I need some help from plumber,
Mhm.
so for example, if you will send a request to management, and we will say in 10 minutes we will call you, or we will answer, we will come. Be sure
Mhm.
nobody will come. In 20 minutes, in 1 hour, in 2 hours,
Mhm.
nobody will come. So if you want to
Mhm.
get some results from Turkish plumber, especially my building, you should to catch him and be
Mhm.
always nearby until he will not done required work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because if he'll just ask, you can meet him in 10 minutes nearby a swimming pool. He will drink a tea, or after drink tea, he will go to smoke cigarette. And but
Mhm.
absolutely no, he not interesting to help you, even for money.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
So
you find it unusual, right? To compare to how things are done in Russia, for example.
yeah, for me it's unusual, because
Mhm.
but I don't say what it's a bad thing. It's just
Yeah.
Turkish mentality, because it's warm country. You don't need to
Yeah.
be so fast, because if you will be so fast, you will be so wet. So we just enjoying very life. We enjoying their own.
Mhm. So the mentality is different, and how do you identify yourself? For example, in terms of nationality, I don't know, cultural identity, religion. What do you feel yourself like?
Mm, I'm not sure what I understood your question at all, but I identify my nationality like like Chuvash. Yeah.
Uh huh. You feel yourself like Chuvash, right?
Yes, sure, because I'm Chuvash.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to be Chuvash, even in Turkey, for example, for you?
I don't see any difference to be Chuvash in Russia or in
Mhm.
Turkey. So
Mm, mhm,
I don't feel any advantages or disadvantages to be who I am.
mhm. So wherever you move, you're still Chuvash, right?
Yeah.
Is it like this?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, of course I am, because only I know what I am Chuvash, because for everybody I am Russian, because I have Russian passport.
Mm-hmm. I see. What were the main challenges when you first came to Turkey? In different fields. Maybe did you feel, for example, did you ever feel a lack of emotional connection or emotional support because you were alone? Have you ever felt anything like that?
Yeah, so when I just came here, I met
Mhm.
difficulties, because
Mhm.
I was limited in time. I had to find apartment for me, flat, and it was
Mhm.
really complicated task, because I get too much lie and people who want to steal my money, and
Yes.
also. Uh, for me, it was really ridiculous when I just negotiate to meet, and guy landlord ask, for
Mhm.
example, prepayment in advance for 1 year. I am not ready to
Mm.
pay to freeze my money for 1 year, because it's not make sense for me. And
Mhm.
also time to time I met requirements, some for example from landlord, like you are not Turkish, so if you want to rent a flat from me, you need to find some Turkish citizen who will
Mm.
uh, who will confirm what you are a good guy, and he will take responsibility for you. I I
Uh-huh.
can't understand this requirement. It's stupid. So maybe we can do vice versa. If you would like to to provide rent to me, maybe you can find Russian citizen who will confirm what you are a good Turkish guy, and I can rent flat from you. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
I know it's like
Mhm.
middle century.
Mhm. And how did you overcome these challenges?
I followed agency, real estate agency, who helped me to arrange a contract.
Mhm. And right now, for example, where do you get your support from? Maybe emotional support, if you have any, or if you require any of such support.
So in accordance, so in follow emotional, I am in emotional
Mhm.
part. I am really a stable person. So
Mhm.
I'm not suffering. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not worrying because everything in my
Mhm.
life is good. Of course,
Mhm.
I'm so. But for it to be stable, it's emotional. You need to rest time to time. So it's why I'm
Mhm.
in other countries to rest and change place. Because if you will live only in one place 24 hours,
Mhm.
7 days per week, of course you will become crazy. But to avoid it, I'm for prevent and predict it. I'm just trying to rest and don't be worried too much.
Mhm. So you deal with it through traveling, kind of, right?
Yes, first of all, it's traveling.
Mhm. In what ways do you feel integrated into Turkish society? And are there any areas where you feel excluded, like you feel like you're a foreigner?
Uh, I don't know Turkish as
Mhm.
much,
So
so
language, right?
yeah. So in
Mhm.
part of language, yes, I can feel what I am belongs to this party.
Mhm. Have you ever felt any negative attitude towards you, or discrimination or bias? Have you ever encountered such things?
No, I never heard discrimination, but because I'm
Mhm.
foreigner, time to time, especially some Turkish people tries to steal my money or make me fool,
Yeah.
especially taxi drivers. It's always
Mhm.
I don't know why, but if I'm speaking Turkish, if I know road what we need to take, anyway,
Mhm.
we tries to stole my money. I don't know why.
Mhm. Mhm. And how do you act in these situations? How do you cope with it?
So I'm trying to solve it. For example,
Mhm.
last time when uh, so I pick up taxi early morning to airport
Mhm.
from Maltepe, and I told to driver to take D100. So,
Yeah.
and after it, I asleep, and I woke up and I recognize what we are took wrong way. I
Mhm.
checked my Navi and I recognized what we took another way, what is more longer than the 100.
Oh.
So
Uh-huh.
he took overtake.
Mhm.
And when we just arrived, he asked from me to pay uh, 700 Turkish lira. Yeah,
Mm. Mhm.
it's and plus payment road. It's cost
Mhm.
800 Turkish lira. But I know price from here because at time to time I have to use taxi, and it never was
Mhm.
biggest than 500 Turkish lira. And I
Yeah.
told him on Turkish why he took another road because it's longer on 15 kilometers, and I will not pay definitely 800. So and
Mhm.
if he wants to get some money, so I was really so I'm already lighting, and I told him if he wants to get some money, okay, I will agree to pay 600, no more.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if he not agree, he able to call police, and we will investigate what happened.
Mhm.
And after it, he applied my solution. But anyway, I feel me what I was fooled because I paid
Yeah.
additional extra 100 Turkish lira.
Yeah. Mhm. So it's a constant problem, right? The
Yeah,
taxes.
taxes are
The
always problem.
I see. Um, what are your future plans regarding your stay in Turkey? Are you planning to for a long-term settlement or maybe moving to another country? What are your plans for the next maybe
Uh,
3 years?
so I have plans to proceed my living in Turkey. So now I will prolong my working visa.
Mhm.
Um, and next year, I have plans to move my girlfriend here, and we will live
Mhm.
here together in Turkey. And of course, because I like Istanbul. I want to live here further.
I see. So you're planning to stay there for the next couple of years for sure, right?
Yeah,
For now.
yeah,
Mhm.
minimum 1 year.
Mhm.
Of course, it's based
And
on my work and salary. If everything will be good, so I don't have plan to change something.
and you're still planning to keep working in the same company, right?
Yes.
I see. And we're coming to my last questions. What opportunities have you found in Turkey that you might not have had in your home country? Opportunities like.
So it's really because
Mm,
there is big problem in Russian economics now. So if we will not speak about war, if we'll forget about it, so I am working in automotive industry. So, but now in automotive industry in Russia, I don't see any opportunities to growing because I don't see plans. So the country is under sanctions. It's really
mhm,
difficult to be compatible in this market and produce good cars because
mhm,
there is no any task to produce good, reliable cars, good, really good, reliable cars because the
mhm,
market is lost, prices is increasing, and it's not compatible. Living in Turkey, I still can use the best solutions from Europe, from
mhm,
US, and uh, develop the modern Turkish vehicles what able to compete as European
mhm,
as US market. So I'm still growing my skills. I getting new good education in and my arms is free. So I able to do everything what I want, and I can see many free ways what I can take and will help me and my company and our customers to grow each other. But in Russia,
mhm,
it's vice versa. You are really limited in your opinion, in your possibilities. You need to looking for some simple things. You need to solve some uh, small problems what you will never had before war, and
mhm,
also it's really based on proxy and hubs who can deliver some stuff on spare parts from Europe or US through in other countries, and
mhm,
also increasing amount of costs and logistic chains always is broken. You need to find a solution how you can overtake it every time. So before developing, you need to think how will you solve your current issues. So I don't
mhm,
want to participate in it. So in Turkey, living in Turkey and working in Turkey is much better for me.
mhm. So both professional and personal development, right? And personal reasons,
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, okay, great. Is there anything that you would like to add about your life in Turkey?
I think not. I think it's a good country. It's good. It was really good, and people also. I hope everything will be solved, especially economic problems, because in another way it has some bad circumstances became like in Russia because inflation it's ridiculous. I hope we will
Yes.
solve it. But no more. I,
Mm-hmm.
I really I want to live here and everything is good, life is going on.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, thank you so much then. That's the end of my interview. I'm gonna turn off the recording. Thank you so much for your. It's very valuable for me, and I will use your answers in my thesis.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, and I wish you good luck in your life in Turkey.
Thank you too. Good luck you too and in your defending your magister thesis. So enjoy your time.
Thank you so
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye
Have
bye.
a good evening.
Have a good evening too. Bye bye.